Hi, I'm Carrie from Dendriad Art and Presswood Design, and in this video I'm going to show you how to draw this floral mandala. The equipment this time is very basic, so we just need pencil and rubber, a Fineliner pen, a pair of compasses, a protractor and a ruler. And the paper that we're working on is A5 in size, so that's 148mm by 210mm. Now, normally I take you in real time through the drawing process, but as there's a lot of things that we're going to repeat in this mandala, this time I will take you through step by step, but everything won't be done in real time. So once I've started a row of the mandala, I'll just start it off, give you some pointers, and then you can press pause and fill out the row, and then we'll move on to the next row. So this is one version that I've done. This was an ever so slightly different version that I did when I was actually teaching this class live last week. So you can see it was just ever so slightly different in the two outer rows, so it's up to you how you want to finish it off later on, and I'm also going to leave the colouring up to you. But let's start off by getting our basic mandala shape set out. So we're going to take our A5 piece of paper and just mark out, taking the ruler from corner to corner, just mark a little cross around about in the middle so that we can work out where the centre of our piece of paper is. So the measurements for all the different circles, and we've got quite a few of them, we're going to start off first of all with a radius of 6 centimetres. And then we'll work our way in. I'll put the measurements up at the top of the screen for you as well. So the next measurement down is 5 centimetres. Then 4.2 centimetres. Then 3.3 centimetres. Then 3 centimetres. And then the final measurement is 2.5 centimetres. Now we're going to line up the protractor with this line here that goes from top left to bottom right. So line your protractor up with that, get it centred where the cross is, and then make sure everything else is nice and level. And then we're going to mark off degrees around here, and again I'll put the measurements for those degrees up on the screen. So we're going to start at 0, 36, 72, 108, 144 and 180, and then flip your page around, put your protractor on the same line, make sure that everything's lined up so that your 0 and 180 are level, and then we'll do exactly the same again. So 36, 72, 108, 144, and then we're back to 180. And now we can join all of those opposite points, so starting with the one that we had the protractor lying on, just join all of those points up together. And now that everything's set up, we can start with the fun part, which is the drawing. So we're going to start off with the floral motif in the centre. So there are 5 petals, so each petal is going to go across 2 sections of this first middle section. Up from centre, just bring a little half curved line every 2 lines, like so, and that's going to be the point where the petals all meet each other. And then we can start drawing. So we come out from this guideline, out a little bit, up to the top, across the top of the guideline, and back down to join up with where the next petal will join together. And it doesn't have to be a perfect line, so you can put a little bit of a wiggle in it, just so it looks more petal and organic like so. And then that repeats, so if you want to, just turn your paper around. Just comes out a little bit, up to the top, around, and back down. So you can repeat that in these 3 remaining sections. The next row is going to be the second layer of petals, so this layer here, and they're offset 1 from this petal, so we're actually going to use groups of 2 again, but we'll move it to one side. So it's going to start here, just bring your petal up, again a wobbly line around, and then bring it down just before the guideline. So again, it starts from the edge of the guideline, bring it round, finishes just before that guideline. And repeat on the next 3. Now we're going to draw in our leaves, so there's 5 leaves. And these leaves reflect where the first petal was, so the leaves are going to span the same 2 sections that the first petal was in. Your leaf can start around about midway from the second petal, so it can start here. It's going to do a curved shape up to the top to a point here, and then on this side again start about halfway from this petal, bring a curved shape up to the point and stop here, so like so. So just make sure that that leaf is in line with the first petal, and move on to the next one. And repeat for the next 3. The next row, very simple shape, just an upside down U shape, and it's going to go into this little tiny row here, just this tiny space. So I would start in the middle where you've got your guideline, put your U either side of that, so it starts one side, goes up to the middle and finishes on the right hand side, and then you can put in as many of those as you can fit in. If it goes to the edge of the leaf, that's fine, just stop it at the edge of the leaf, like so, and bring it round. So again, we're going to start on the left of this guideline, bring it up, down on the right, and then fill in the gaps on either side. So again, just repeat that in the next 3 sections. Our next row, again a nice simple shape, just a upside down V shape, and that goes from the centre of each of those curves that you've drawn before. So taking it from the centre of the middle curve, bring it up and down to the centre of the next curve, and just repeat. The next row is this kind of curly bracket shape. So it goes up and into a point and then back down again. And you'll see it goes over every two of the spiky ones in the previous round. So we'll start from this one. And it goes up, point kind of comes across where the middle one is, and then down and across like so, and then just repeat. Bring it up to the edge of the leaf, and then this one's going to miss this one out and end up here, so over, the point comes up around about roughly where the point of that one is, and back down, and then around and over. So again, I'd start on the one just on the right hand side. Like so, and then repeat that all the way around. Right, just 2 more rows to go. The next row is this one. We're just going to use an upside down V shape, slightly curved, and that's going to go in between the tops of the points of the previous row. So it'll go up to the top guideline and back down to the top of that point. So it's not a straight V shape, you'll see I'm slightly curving those lines there. And repeat all the way around. And then the final design is just a repeat of this design, and that's linking the top of all the V's that we've just made. So all the way around. Just another one of these sort of inverted bracket shapes, curly bracket shapes. So that's the main outline drawn. You'll notice that on mine there's an awful lot more detail, but we're not going to put that detail in just yet. What I would suggest is that you fine line everything now, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to put all the detail in. So I'm going to use a Uni Pin pen. This one's 0.2, so quite a fine one. If you're using Faber Castell, then I would recommend the S of the Pitt pens. And you're just going to outline everything that you've drawn in, except the guidelines, of course. And here you can refine anything that you're not quite keen about. So this is your opportunity just to get things exactly as you want them. Okay, so I'll let you press the pause button and fine line all your design, and then I'll show you all the bits of detail. So that's the mandala all outlined and the pencil lines rubbed out, and it's time for the detail now. So we're going to start off just by drawing in, again using the same fineliner pen as before. In the centre, just drawing in some little dots to represent the stamen, And you can cover up that dot where the compass point was as well, using that. But just a few random ones. And then the next detail we're going to put in is the centre of the leaves. So one straight line all the way up, and then angled lines all the way up. And then repeat them on the other side, so mirroring the first set. And repeat that around all 5 leaves. The next detail to add in is in this row here, and that's just a little circle above the point of the previous row, and repeat that all the way around. The next row, now we're going to draw a parallel line, so where we've got the upside down V shape, I'm going to draw a parallel line in that V shape, and then we're going to square it off. So from the top of one V to the top of the next one, just put a line and then divide that up all the way along. So repeat, up and down, line there, and then just divide the sides. And again, repeat that all the way around. Also, in this section here, we're going to put a little embellishment. So from the centre of where the 2 previous symbols are in the previous row, bring out a long straight line, put a dot at the end of it, and then from either side a little curved line with a dot, and repeat that in all the insides. So again, up from the centre, a little dot, and then one on either side on a curved line. So repeat that all the way around. And then the final detail to add in the top outer layer is just a little diamond that's sort of in line with the point. Again, repeat that all the way around. So that's our mandala design all finished, and I'll leave you to colour it in. And once you've coloured it in, then please feel free to tag me on Instagram, as I'd love to see your finished design. I'll put all the details below. For those of you who are interested, I have a Patreon page, which is patreon.com/Carrie Dennison, and there I'm taking you through the process of making my second Celtic knotwork colouring book. So if you can, please join me there. Otherwise, I hope to see you soon on the next drawing video. Thanks a lot. Bye.